Hi there, and welcome to week 13. Greg, one more week to go of the regular season. How's
Crazy,
it going?
Johnny. Yeah, I'm good.
It's
I'm
gone
good.
too quick.
It's nuts, isn't it? Week 14 already. We're already at the end of the regular season. Season 11 is almost finished, and it's as always. There's a good few teams with plenty to play for, So it'll be exciting times.
Yeah, there's still a few teams. I've no idea how the permutation is going to go. We're trying to figure out who came on here, of who won this one and who won that one, and yeah, it's going to be fun.
We know what will happen. We know what will happen with some outcomes, and we've no idea with some results, and we've no idea with other results. Basically, is where we're at.
That'll be all up to the NFL to try and figure that one out. But
Indeed.
yeah, but that was a good week for some, and Monday night
there was a couple of
game
there was a couple of
two games.
A couple of important games flipped on Monday night. The favourite to win got overturned on Monday night, so it'll be interesting when we get to those ones. But yeah, it was a big week, and a lot of teams secured their playoff spots over it in week 13.
We'll start with your bye week against Grote.
Well, this is me securing my playoff spot.
Yeah, so show me the Packers 91.54 against the Varsity Blues changed my life 55.18. So that's you up to 4 seed now, guaranteed the playoffs up against Grote, who's now 5-8 and ready for the consolation. And my screen's gone off. This is what I hate about the site. It's done this. I can't get the scores.
Oh, so it has, yeah. That refresh, see what happens, but it might not work. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was, Goff started me off very well on Thursday night. And of course, remember, it was Thanksgiving weekend as well. So we had quite a few games Thursday night, and then we had the game Friday night. So heading into the weekend, there you go, you got them now. Oh, no, you don't.
No,
heading into the weekend, it was very much, there was a lot of games quite deep in, and I had a decent start on Thursday night because Goff got me 19 and nearly 20 points, which was a great start. And to be honest with you, going into the weekend, I never thought that I never ever thought that the game was in doubt, and it wasn't in the end because, of course, Grote left Mattison in on Friday night as well, so he gets stuck with Mattison and his team. So didn't play, and just nothing happened for him this week. The Bills' defense, it was too little, too late, and he got pummeled basically. So 91.54. I'd be lying if I said I'm jumping up and down about my points score. We're heading to the playoffs now. I need to start scoring more than that. But I'll take the win, and I'll take my playoff spot, and we'll see what happens in week 15.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see your bench because this page won't fucking load. But
well, my bet, I put what I did was I brought Edwards in for Stevenson, try to be smart, and of course it backfired because Stevenson it was 9.4 points, and Edwards obviously done nothing. But the Elijah Moore got me 11 points on the bench as well, which I'm not going to start him over. I'm not going to start him over Thomas or Ridley, so he's there for injury purposes, so we'll see what happens. Of course, Hawkinson not going so well, but a disappointment. I'm expecting him to kick on, but still plenty of time, and he's still coming back from a very bad injury, so that's fine. I mean, Grote's heading into the consolations now, but he's got a great shout at grabbing that the first pick next year. He's had 5 wins this year, and you can see why. I mean, his team's not terrible. He's got Herbert quarterback who does well. He's got Walker. He's fell off. He's fell down a little bit the last couple of weeks, but he's very capable. He's got Dell sitting there who's capable. Hopkins. He's got Tucker at kicker in the Bills defense who score quite well. He's got others on his bench there that can score quite well. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be facing them in the consolations. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Shall we leave the deciders to the last games?
Yeah, we can do. Well, let's keep it divisional.
Divisional. There we go. So as you can see from the top, the Factory of Sadness 115.40 against us, and Back Should Be Trust 113.92. Bit of a sore loss. Let's see if the bot score actually works for this one. No, it isn't.
So honestly, this one was exceedingly funny, I thought. So I mean, Doug was Thursday night. Doug had a great night. I can't remember who was playing now, but he had a good
Yeah,
night.
Josh Jacobs. He had Ricky Dowdle.
He had his Bates
Chase, no,
and his defence.
and the Packers
And he had
defense. Yeah.
Dowdle and Jacobs. So yeah, he got off to a flyer on Thursday night, and and he just kept piling it on Sunday. Hart's getting 17 points and
Hey,
Collins
Martin.
getting
No,
12, and
you've only missed Craig's game, and the NFL sites decided not to actually show the individual scores. So I'm having to do it this way to see some of the scores for the starters. But Martin's watching.
is that? Oh, hiya, Martin. Yeah, no, the site's a bit buggered, so you missed me talking about my game, but that's fine. We'll talk about week 14s in a minute. But yeah, this game, so Doug's flying through Sunday, and it's Sean's. He's just about keeping there, but not quite. Darnold done him fine, and but that was later on. Henry done him okay. It's Chase done him
Jones went
okay,
off
but
injured.
not knocked out the park. But it wasn't until late on Sunday that Bucky Irvin stuck in his 24.5 and Doug started to get the sweat on, and the sweat started to come. But come on, heading into Sunday, you're not expecting 17 points from the Joker, and you can see there that he needed them. So when I
Well, 3
woke up,
points for the
when I woke
defence.
up when I woke up Tuesday morning and seen this, honestly, I literally have an hour and 10-minute drive to work, and I laughed all the way. So it was,
The daft thing is, it wasn't even this. It was a 17 points help, but it was a 3 points for the Cleveland defence who weren't the best, but they obviously picked the Bo Nix ones in a stack, I think it was. Which basically,
of
instead of
course,
having
yeah,
minus points, got 3 points, and that's
conceding 41
it.
points, yeah.
So
So
it was a sore one,
I,
but
I, a kick
squeaky
in the
butt
short
coming
and
into the
curlies
final.
for our Dougie. But the thing is, he's 7-6, right? He's 7-6, and we've done the kind
He's
of
got a good team.
computations, and he's got a head-to-head. So I don't think I can knock him out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go. It's the least excited I've ever been about a game against Doug, I've got to say, because I was really hoping this was going to give me a chance to knock him out. Because getting his team out the playoffs as well, if he gets it, obviously he's in the playoffs now, I believe. But he's got a really strong squad, and it's got a chance, and that's the last thing I need. So let's not be
To get
having
the
that,
second ring.
and
Yeah.
let's get him the hell out of there. But I can't, because I'm pretty sure he's there. So we'll see what happens. But he's going to be in the playoffs, and he's got such a strong team that he's going to be dangerous.
And of course, the next one up that is not in his hands if he gets through, but he had a good one anyway, 105.24 hide and seek against the Kirkcall Raiders, 98.26. Although, I think if Alan loses and Graham wins, that could be interesting for the division, because there's now only one
I mean,
game between them. I never thought of that one. But yeah, so Graham's now sitting at 6 and 7, 7 and 6 for Alan.
I'm
This
not
is a
going to
good game,
lie.
this one.
I've not checked to see what I think their head-to-heads 1-1 though. I'm pretty sure Alan beat Graham in week 2 or 3, so their head-to-head's going to be 1-1.
Division rank.
And so, if their head-to-head's 1-1, then it goes to divisional wins. And I know that Graham went 1-2 the early doors, I think. So, yeah, Alan beat Graham first time around. So, and Alan went at least 2-1, maybe 3-0. So I do think Alan holds the head to head when it
I
comes
think
down
Alan
to the
maybe
week.
went 3-0
So
because Alan started off really well. But
yeah, I think
yeah,
he went
so
3-0 as well. So I think Alan's got the head to head. I think it's division over, and of course Graham will need to win his game as well. Let's not forget that. Graham will need to. Alan will need to lose his game as well. But it was a great win for Graham. It was exactly what he needed. And do you know what? See, but let's not forget this was the super squad heading into the season. This was the all draft picks done bar one before the end of
yeah,
round 8. So Graham's team is solid, and if he gets in, he could he could cause a few upsets. You know, he could ruffle some feathers. So it was 105 points. That's him busting back. And Allen with his 98 points, you can't be disappointed scoring 98. You know, but. Yeah, Graham's another one. It's up to you to keep him out, Johnny. I'd rather face you than Graham, that's for sure. No offence.
Everybody would rather face me than Graham. They're going by the teams. Whoops, it's got a bit
That's
wonky
that. I
there.
mean, he's got such strength there, and he's got, with
What's the
Kieran
bench?
Williams and Cooper Cup. If one doesn't do well, the other does. You know, so he's got the cover there. And looking on, he's got he's dropped Jaden Reed to the bench at 16.7 points this week, and that's the decisions he's got to make. You know, last week he dropped Harrison to the bench and he got 12 or 13. So he's got a squad that he's got to make these decisions still. So if he gets into the playoffs, he's going to have a good shout. But obviously, he's sitting in 9th place at the moment, and Allen's. I mean, if Allen was to lose this week and was to lose the division, I wouldn't know what would happen because it's going to sit eighth. Eighth is going to be 7 wins. 7th might not be, but 8th's going to be 7 wins. And here it's not points for, it's head to heads and stuff. So the computations can get weird and wild and wacky. But I do believe that Allen's got the division locked in, so that gets his spot in the playoffs and in the 4th seed.
And obviously, the other game is another high scoring game for the boys are back in town, getting a 3rd win now. That's 2 in a row, 106 points up against the 77.56 the Blue Toon Patriots. So they're hitting a bit of form coming in to get ready for the consolation.
I mean, it's at the right time. I know that when at 1 in 10, you're dead. So all you can do is try and find a bit of form, try and find something for the consolations. Because let's not forget that the consolations in our league and in this home league, the winner of the consolations gets a 1st round draft pick next year. It's not so you've got to play out the consolations, and there's a little bit of a wee cash incentive to win the consolations as well. Let's not forget. So
and if you see the headline there, it's the first time the boys are back in town. They've actually beaten the Blue Toon Patriots.
No, really?
Yeah, I'll have to look back on that one.
Isn't it? I would not have called that because they've been in the same division, so they play each other twice a year, and they've done so for
the last few years. The Blue Toon Patriots have been up the top though, and it's looking good. And
they have been, and Ross has been kind of struggling the last couple of years, but they certainly going back as long as they have. That's a nuts start. But yeah, Ross is finding some form now. He's got Tua back, and he seems to be back to his best really. So he's got Jalen Warren doing okay. Keenan Allen seems to be the go-to for Caleb Williams at the moment, which has got to please him. Andrews is getting more touches. Leggett's only going to get more as the season goes on, you would think. Vasquez Scantlin's he's bona fide number 1 there now, isn't he?
Yes,
but so I mean he's got decent players there, he's literally I would say he's a Breece Hall injury away from being absolutely nailed on to win the consolations because he's got Allen there on the bench, and if Breece Hall was to go down, Allen would become the bell cow and
he's not
very, very
again
capable
this
of
week.
Scoring points. So yeah, it's
Blue Toon Patriots. So it's like he's got T. Higgins now. He's got Justin Jefferson, Sam Laporta, Anthony Richardson, but he's going to have a bye week problem this week for some of his players. But yeah, Dallas Cowboys defense getting 17 points against the Giants was, I thought, a bit right. So he had a good start.
Yeah, well, it was the Cowboys defense is starting to turn up now, aren't they? They've got Micah Parsons plugged back in, and he seems to be making a difference for them because they seem to be doing a hell of a lot better. And the thing about the Cowboys. Yes, Micah Parsons. Mine are sitting over there. Look, there's I've got mine just sitting right there. I'll just turn my camera around and show you. They're all sitting on the. Do you see them?
Yeah.
They're all sitting on the table.
So what do you think about getting Hutchison this week? What about Hutchison?
Yeah, I've got them all out on the table, and the wee players are on the pitch, So I'm hoping that we get 12 attackers and 12 defenders, so as I can set them up in a game.
They're probably going to do that. Actually, that'd be quite cool. But yeah, I thought it might be an Amon Ra or something like that, but no, Hutchison's a good one.
The the fact that I even think of these things is crazy. I thought it was going to be Goff again. I just thought it was going to be quarterbacks and Mika, but I'm glad that Hutchinson came out today. So that's made me think that we might get a better spread. But yeah,
Who's
so
who is it tomorrow?
it's the Saints tomorrow.
Oh, maybe Kamara.
And the Packers and the Lions are out already. Both Packers and Lions are out already, and they're playing
Well, you got
tonight.
your
So I'll
Jordan
have them
Love.
both sitting watching it with me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Chris's team is not terrible. As you say, he's got Higgins back now. He's got, Laporta done a little bit last week, maybe turning a corner. He's got
Well, in theory,
Richardson back
he had
on
6
form.
yards and 2 touchdowns. So yeah.
Laporta, yeah, well, it's points, isn't it? Touchdowns are points, and touchdowns are king in this league. But yeah, so he's got every chance in the consolations as well. He's far from out of it, but he's on a long losing streak now, so he's going to need to snap that very soon. But and things are looking rosy for Ross. I bet he can't wait for week 15 now. He wishes it was not this week, no next week.
I know, but yeah. Imagine get it to 4 wins. That'd be quite cool after that. I'm glad at least beating other people after just beating me, being 0-9 or 0-8, and then beating me. It was like, oh.
Well, you were the one that broke that.
Yes. Well, he broke me. That was that one. They got the fattest flying Eagles, the number 1 seed, 97.7 up against the Copenhagen Jets, the number 15 seed, 59.80. So obviously that's another nice win for Graham.
It's one of those ones where this is just this is the very rare occasion of fantasy football when it goes exactly to form. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it was on paper, Mark had no chance, and on the field, Mark had no chance. So it was never in doubt. I don't think it was ever in any danger whatsoever that the result was going to be a win for Graham. It's
both his running backs over 100 yards plus touchdowns. So,
yeah, I'm just trying to look down and see what the Thursday night games were. There wasn't much, but I mean, on Friday night, Mark had Worthy playing and he had the Chiefs defence playing, and it was up against Noah Gray, and they only won by 5 points. And that's when you know that you've got no chance. So yeah, it didn't work out for Mark, and he's just waiting on the consolations now as well. Nothing left to play for. Graham's. He's still kind of, I guess, playing for the number 1 seed in the top of the shop. I do believe that it can still be caught for that. I think someone is 10-3.
That'll be Sean.
Might be Sean, might be Michael, but I do believe one of them are 10-3. So, but it's all about week 15 for both of these guys, and yeah, Mark's going to need to do a little bit of work there, and he's got Winston, he's got Rodgers, and he's playing Rodgers. So I'm guessing that he'll plug Winston in sooner rather than later. But yeah, he's got a running back problem that if he can't sort, we'll see what happens in the consolations, and anything can happen. But he's not looking very golden at the moment. And well, Graham's the number 1 seed for a reason. He's absolutely loaded, and I'm sure can't wait for his shot at the title this year.
Definitely, because I think he's come runner-up at least once anyway, but he's not actually got over the line.
Yeah, no, I think he was runner-up year 1, was he not?
No, I think that was not Alan. I have to look. Well, I can look at that in a minute, but that might have been Alan Perry.
Right,
I think he came runner-up in maybe year 3 or year 4, but we're going to have a look in a bit because we've got all our pages here. We can't actually get into the team pages. We might look back at the history. So we've got the Batman's Booby 50.46 against the Tartan Bears 78.58. So the Tartan Bears keeping slim hopes of the playoffs, but permutations wise, we're thinking they might not make it. It might be a bit too late, but it's a 2-game win streak. There's still a good bit of form to get into the playoffs. Obviously, Ray's lost his number 1 keeper all the time, Christian McCaffrey again. He might make it back for the playoffs, not our playoffs.
Do you know the thing about this game? I mean, the score's 78-50. It looks like Joe's got it wrapped. It looks like Joe's had just an easy win, no problem whatsoever. But that's not the case in this. Batman's boobies look like the winners all of Thursday, all of Friday. and a good bit of Sunday. You know, they got DJ Moore on Thursday night off to 15 points. I know that they had Johnson got
They
him
lost
nothing, but he
Johnson
got
pretty
15
early. Yeah.
out of there. And Joe's only got
Okay.
he's got nine from Aubrey, 4 from the Bears defense. But it was,
And
only
7 of them
7.3
from
from
him.
Amon-Ra,
Yeah.
only 7.4 from Swift, only 12.4 from Montgomery. So a lot of his players were gone, and he didn't have that big a lead. And Ray was chopping him back. But I mean, Allen. Then for Joe, Devontae Adams has came out and he's got that touchdown. He's got 12 points, and Stroud has done pretty decent for 14, and he's knocked him up 78. But even then, Ray's looking absolutely cosy going into late night. He's got Purdy to come, he's got McCaffrey to come, he's got Kittle to come, he's got the 49ers defense to come, and see between the 4 of them,
Did he
they
get
scored
about
2 points.
2 points? Yeah.
You
And he's
know,
also,
and
to make
that's
matters worse, he's
what.
lost his kicker because Evan McPherson's gone on IR.
Yeah, he's lost his kicker
So
too. So I mean, at the end of the day, week 14 doesn't matter to Ray anymore. It's all about week 15 and the consolation starting and getting a shot at the number 1 pick again. He's got Miles on the bench to replace McPherson already, so that's no problem.
well, that's good.
But yeah, he's lost McCaffrey as well. It looks like it's so unlucky because he had such a good run mid-season there, didn't he?
Oh, he was just flying. Yeah. And I think that was before he got McCaffrey back too. He was just scoring points without McCaffrey because Purdy was hitting Kittle for everything. But Kittle's done nothing for about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks.
So, and he had to run without McCaffrey and without Puka. So
Yeah.
things were looking golden for him for a good bit, and it's just all falling apart, and it's back to the old consolations for Ray as he goes chasing the number 1 pick and another shot at getting to the big dance next year. But
The
for
big
Joe,
question is, will
it's
he
not
be
all
keeping
over yet.
McCaffrey next year? Because there's not worked for him for the last couple of years since he got him.
Yeah, but if he's
Well, he
fit
did
and
well
he's
last year,
playing,
but not after that. But
you got to, if he's fit and he's playing, if he's fit and he's ready to start the season, you've got to, and he's there, you've got to start, you've got to keep him, you can't not. But yeah, I
no,
mean,
because
for
he gets
Joe, Joe's not dead yet. Then he's still alive. He is the one out of these two. The loser was out, and the winner had a chance. So Joe is the one that's got a chance. He's going to need a lot. I mean, it's a big night for Joe tonight because he's got Montgomery playing, he's got and Amon-Ra playing. So he's going to need action from those two. He's going to need them to get a good few points and get him off to a good start tonight because he's obviously in a must-win game. He's currently 6-7, which is the same score as
a
8th,
few
in
teams.
the final playoff spot. But he's in 10th. He's not even in 9th. He's in 10th. So he's going to need to win and keep his fingers crossed that other results go his way.
I know, but if Batman Boobies had won, they've got the head-to-head over me. That's just
So it would
the
have
way
made
it goes.
things a whole
Yeah.
lot different. And there you,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so that's that makes you smile, no doubt. Then you were delighted with the 2 points that Ray's 49ers got him in
Well,
the
no, to be
snow
honest,
game.
I would love to see Batman's Boobies qualifying in the top 8. Has he done it
I mean,
before or not?
I'm not
He's
being
come
funny,
close
but
a couple of times, but
a quarterback who plays the full game and gets 0.16 points is just, I don't
and
know.
if Ray followed a bit more, he might have actually played Jordan Love because everybody knew the weather was going to be awful.
Right, but you didn't know that on Thursday night. And oh no, Jordan Love
Uh,
didn't play Thursday night. He played Sunday, didn't he? We
not,
played
well,
Sunday,
he
didn't
played
we?
Friday
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
He should have played Love. He should have 100% played Love. It wouldn't have won him the game though, is the thing, because what he should have done was play Love and I guess Tyreek Hill, because he would have got more points and still would have just about got him there maybe. But yeah, I wouldn't have played the Niners either. I would have dropped them all if I could. So yeah, unlucky Ray. It's on to the consolations, and Joe, good luck this week, because I would rather you got there than Graham did.
You'd rather, yeah. Graham's the one you don't want to get there. So I've got Levin in a player who's the number 3 seed, so obviously Sean must be number 2. So he's also 10-3. You've got 110.72 against Scheme Team 72.38. I think this was actually closer than it ended up, if I remember
It
right.
was,
But
Johnny. That you're absolutely spot on. This was another one that it got away from. It got away at the back end, but it was close the whole entire weekend. It really was. And Michael got his 20 points from Bowers on Friday night. You know, and was looking really quite good coming into the weekend. Alan got 26 from
the man,
Lamar though, which got him back into it. You know, it was he had something coming later on, but I'm just trying to see where he actually burst away. I guess it was Mixon that done it, really got my way, and Tyreek Hill against us doing pretty. Oh no, that was Thursday night. He had that. Yeah, I thought this game was looking close all the way, but as I look at the teams, I'm trying to see how it possibly could have. 17 points from
I
Drake
think.
May is going to help Michael. That's is that him found his quarterback? I really, really hope not for the playoffs
Oh,
because that was the only soft spot that he had, and he's got
that
Carr on
was
the
that was
bench
the one
as
he was
well
worried
now.
about. He was looking for a quarterback, but I was like, well, Drake May is shooting that offense. You know what I mean? He'll get you at least 12 to 15 points a game, which when you've got the rest of the team like that, you could almost survive. To be honest,
Well, yeah, I mean that's if
I
you can
mean,
get
well, look at
if
Brock
if
Purdy,
this squad can get 12,
0.76.
15 out of his. It's the selection question marks he's got. I mean, I think actually Dobbins going on IR's helped him because it takes him out of the equation. You know, I mean, he's got
Yeah, but he had
Pollard
four
sitting
good
there. He's
running
got
backs. Yeah,
Mixon, Tracy, Kamara. Who do you pick? You know, and then he's got Hill and Rome and Devontae Smith when he comes back. You know, what one of them are you dropping? I mean, that's there's headaches to be had for Michael, but that's what you want going into playoffs. You know, you want these players, you want to have all these players give yourself the best possible chance. And you know, will the curse strike again? Is the question. Will the playoff jinx
well,
continue?
he's not the number
Or
one seed, so that's the way he's looking at it. So, but
no, he wins
well,
this
who's
week
he
and he
not?
might be the number one seed though.
Well, but he's got a few players missing this week, is he not? Because is he not missing Joe Mixon?
He will have, yeah,
Uh,
but I mean, so will Graham, no doubt. It's there's a lot of bye players this week, which could throw a lot of spanner in the works of the teams chasing the playoffs. But we'll see that soon. But yeah,
yeah,
Alan,
he might just sit his whole team so he doesn't get the number one seed. Just
it's
not play
for
anybody.
Alan. But he better be playing someone who's not involved then. But yeah, for Alan, he's on his way to the playoffs. It's his last year, unfortunately. It's again, I utter my sadness at that. But it looks like it might be. It looks good, looking good for a playoff run for it. He's going to have to beat you to make sure this week. But even if he loses to you this week, I still do think that he might sneak in that 8th place. I don't know where it will go at that point.
Yeah,
He does have the head-to-head over Graham though, so if it was him and Graham on 7 wins, he would definitely be through.
cool. And my nemesis up against Eskimo Brothers. So the fact that the Maddow G-Men 79.72 against Eskimo Brothers 92.70. This wasn't pretty. But like I say, I was winning. I think I had about a
Yeah.
10-point lead with Valley to go up against the Broncos defense. Thank you, Jameis Winston, throwing 2 fucking pick sixes. Sealed it.
Yeah. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Because you take those pick sixes aside, but and that's the thing about Jameis Winston at quarterback, isn't it? He's going to score a lot of points, and the defenses are going to score. I would say that Jameis Winston is the only quarterback in the history of fantasy football, certainly in the history of me playing fantasy football, who I am quite happy to start the quarterback in the opposing defense in the same game. I would never
Yeah.
ever, if you're starting
I
quarterback,
love watching him
if
play.
I'm
He's
starting my
brilliant. Like.
quarterback, I'm never playing the defense against him. I'm just not doing it because it's too much of a hedge. If one does well, the other one will not. So but Jameis Winston is the exception to that rule by a country mile. And yeah, it absolutely screwed you over, Johnny, and it's left you kind of on that position, hasn't it? Where if you'd have won here, if you'd have won this game. You were in. Do you know what I mean? That was you there because Graham couldn't catch you because you've got the head-to-head on him.
I know, but like
And
even the
Joe,
32 points against and 3 sacks, I would have won the game. But the two touchdowns and 3 interceptions, like bye. But by that
it's a
point,
killer.
I was just enjoying the game at that point. I knew I'd lost. I sort of knew I'd lost after the first touchdown went in. So I was just enjoying it watching the game because it was a good game to watch.
Well, do you know what the thing is? At least it's kept it interesting for this week.
Yeah. I'm
And
glad
as
they
for
picked up
Shawnee, it's a menace
Wesley
as well.
Kikini. He's been a good one.
I know, yeah. He's very touchdown dependent, though, isn't he? That's the thing. I hope he carries on for you. He was in my team. I dropped him. You picked him up. Well done. And I should have thought about it a millisecond longer and just held on to him. But he's one of those players where he's boomer bust, and I hate playing boomer bust. I really do. So I probably wouldn't be playing him anyway. But yeah, good win for Sean, and it's 92 points heading into consolations. He's after that number one pick once more. He got it last year. Can he get? Well, he got the number one pick last year, and he done nothing with it. So let's see
Well, you
if
had
he
the
can go and
one.
get it again this year.
Yeah, and you had my third round pick, so you had the 1 and the 3 in the third round as well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and
did he keep anybody last year? No.
he's still heading to the consolations. So let's see how he does. I mean, he's made the dance once or twice before, so he'll bounce back. He'll bounce back next year, I'm sure.
So we'll go for the standings then. So in the north, we've got the Factory of Sadness 10 and 3. Showman the Packers 8 and 5. Then you've got the Back to Be Trust 7 and 6. Then we've got Varsity Blues Changed My Life at 5 and 8. In the south, we've got the Kirkwall Raiders at 7 and 6. Hide and Zeke at 6 and 7. So that's a spooky butt time for Alan, a 2-game losing streak. The Blue Toon Patriots at 4 and 9. And the boys are back in town at 3 and 10. The 2-game win streak, Farts Flying Eagles 11 and 2. So I think they basically are number one. I don't think maybe head to heads, I'm not sure. But a 7-game win streak. The Tartan Bears at 6 and 7. Batman's Babies at 5 and 8. And the Copenhagen Jets at 4 and 9. Lebanon a Prayer 10 and 3. Scheme Team 7 and 6. The Bad House G-Men 6 and 7. And the Eskimo Brothers 5 and 8. So yeah, so it's quite mental that at one point it looked like your division was going to get all 4 spots. And it looks like the way it's sitting at the moment, it'll be your division and my division to get 3 in.
Yeah, well, it's that exact, and the winners from the other two. That's exactly how it's looking like it's going to be. But you know, obviously that can all turn around this week. Graham needs the win, and he needs you to lose. If you win, then Graham's out, as you can see, because you're both 6 and 7. You would hold on to 8th place. But
Yeah,
if you win, it
to
puts Alan to 7 and 6. Joe can win to get 7. So it's basically, I'm pretty sure Doug's comfortable there, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you don't want to be 7 and 7. So the 7 and 6s looking over their shoulder, squeaky bum time. Really, you're in the hot seat, and Hide and Zeke and Tartan Bears have got nothing to lose.
Precisely. Although, if I do get in the consolation, I'm hoping Hide and Zeke take my place because I don't want him in the bottom.
Yes, I think everyone in the consolations is hoping that Graham gets into the dance, but
it's like
everyone
I
in the
say,
dance hopes he doesn't.
it is a dream team. So here we go. So I'm up against a scheme team. Currently projected to lose, which is always a good sign. But oh no, because I've got to take out Dubs is out, so I've got to take him out before.
And you need to take him
I've
out
got a few
tonight, Johnny.
backup.
The game's tonight.
I know, but like, I did pick up an extra couple of players on the off chance he wasn't playing. I've just not taken him out yet.
You need to stop picking up the receivers that I drop. You're starting to annoy me, Johnny. Stop it. I mean it, stop it. I'm not even laughing at this. Stop it.
Well, honestly, I had Wilson, dropped him, you picked him up. You dropped him, I picked him back up.
I drafted him and dropped him.
Him.
I dropped him first. I've had him twice. You've had him twice now.
We're just sharing them around.
Passing the Wilson.
Like I'm hoping that Cocker plays because he's been doing well, but I kept Sanders as tight end because he might not play this week, but it'll be good for the whatever it is because he's
playoffs.
He's a handy tight end. Like he was getting totally landed on his head. He was doing really well.
Yeah, he was. He was starting to come onto his game. But
and we definitely played Allen at the right time with Lamar Jackson, Sutton, Bateman, and Essenville on the bench on the bye.
I mean, it's the final week. But it's a big week for Allen, obviously needing to win to make sure that he gets in. You know, because if you beat him, then you definitely go above him because you're 2 and 2. So then he's in the 8th spot, and the other 2 are chasing him. Now, as I say, if it's Graham, then he's safe. But if it's Joe, I've no idea. So yeah,
we're going to put in next week.
Yeah, get that done before you forget.
Yeah,
It's,
because I've done that before. Remember, but we've done the fucking thing, and I've completely forgotten about it. And I was
your
like, oh,
game
bugger, I
as well,
forgot to
but
change
that's
the team.
do you know what the thing is? Your game is the most important game of this week, of the final week, because if you win, it's all positions stay the same.
Yeah,
Who's more? Who's more boom or bust? Watson and the Addison. I would say Watson's more boom or bust.
Watson.
Addison
Addison be
gets
getting a lot of
touches. He gets a
targets.
lot of
Watson,
Watson's dependent on the bomb ball, but yeah, no, definitely Watson there. That's a better question is who's the more boom or bust, Watson or Westbrook Akini? But yeah, no,
for the last few
Addison
weeks
for
is
me
Watson.
is.
But,
I'd
yes,
comfortably play Addison, whereas Watson, I'm only playing against a defense that I think he's got a good chance against. But
well,
yes,
good to
so
see the
big game.
Conservatives.
But this is a game, Johnny. This is a game that matters. If you win, then nothing changes, and that's the top eight or the top eight. If Alan wins, then it puts the cat amongst. If Alan wins, it puts the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yes, which I won't, but I could potentially still qualify, even if I lose. But hide and seek,
Yes,
and it was up to lose. But
that's
we
it.
don't, we don't, we don't really want a 6 and 7 team to make the playoffs. You want like at least 7 and 7.
Well, it's
So,
listen. It is what it is. I'll take you in if it's if you're 6 and 7 and you're in, I'll take that because it means Graham's out.
so we've got Sean against the Varsity Blues. Obviously,
Yeah, so I mean, this is a nothing game. I don't, I wouldn't even be surprised. I mean, does Sean want the number one seed? Does he want the top spot?
I don't think
It's
Sean's
worthwhile
that bothered.
having,
He just
isn't
wants
it?
to go for the back to back.
But yes, I mean that's the thing. He's got his eye on the back to back. So this is the absolute nothing game. Means
Nobody in 10
nothing
years,
to either of
11
them.
years. This year 11.
You're 11.
So nobody in 10 years has had back to back. Been very well. We had a one
No.
and a half back.
Yeah,
Thanks
but
Kamar Hamlin. But
but
yes,
there's never been a full back to back. So this is Sean's chance, and let's not forget Sean's a 4-time champion as well. So it's not like he has won 4/10 of the.
yeah. He's won
He's won
20.
2/5 of the titles, so he knows what he's doing, and if anyone can do it, and he has amassed himself a bit of a dream team again. So he's got every chance. He's got every chance of doing it.
Yeah, and two of them are against me.
But
Bastard.
this week is absolutely nothing. Means nothing. Yeah, yeah. Two of them against you, isn't it? It's he beat you in the
Yes.
final twice.
I remember one year I think I
But yeah,
swapped out
again,
the defense and
you know
defense
what I love
cost.
beating. You know how
You want
much
to
I
beat
love
Doug.
beating Doug. It always matters, but this one really doesn't because he's in, and it breaks my heart that he's in. But do you know what? I'm I'm projected to lose by a country mile, but I hope I win it. But I'd love to win it just to give him the squeaky bum of having to wake up on Tuesday morning and just to make sure that he is in, on the 7 wins. That just to know that he's got that slight sweat on would be nice. So I hope I win, but it's not looking likely. His team's just so strong. I have got Guerrero. I managed to pick up Guerrero. It was me that got him. I bid every penny I had left. So
So did I, but it was only about
I've picked
40
him up,
bucks.
and it's helping me because I've got Taylor
Yeah.
and someone else in a buy. So it is helping me. It means that I can plug him in.
Taylor and Stevenson in a
Taylor.
buy.
Oh yes,
Ramondre.
Stevenson's on his buy as well. Yeah, of course. So it does mean that I've got to play Edwards. So and but it will also give me a headache in the playoffs as to what one to drop if Guerrero is because Guerrero, Stevenson, Taylor, and Achan, they're all very capable. So it'll be onto the matchups for those ones. And yeah, Doug's got a dream team, so he's going to be in the playoffs, and he's
Yeah.
potential to do some damage, unfortunately.
No, the couple of Raiders need to win to guarantee the division. They're up against the
Absolutely.
Platoon Patriots.
I'll tell you, the
Always got
Bluetooth
McCormick.
Patriots have been scoring okay. That they're starting to get their players back. They're starting to score okay again without winning. They would really love to snap that losing streak before you hit the playoffs. You don't want to go into playoffs in a losing streak, and he's lost 7 in a row. So you have to think Chris is due. But it's a big game for Alan. You know, it's an important game for Alan. He has to win this, and he has to snap that losing streak as well. He's going into the big dance, and if he's going to have any chance of doing so, you
Well,
can't be
he's got
losing to.
Hall who's not practiced the last couple of days. You've got McCormick who's picked up, who had a good game last week, but Mattison might be back, or White might be back, so he might not be getting many touches. You got Lamb who does.
Arms a problem.
Said he doesn't want to come back on the
Ferguson's
field
a
because he's got
problem.
a sore shoulder. Ferguson, I think he's meant to be playing this week, so he might be back. But Chargers defense against Chiefs? No, is it Chiefs?
Yeah, it's Chiefs' eye.
So I think this could be a
I mean,
very close game. This should be
it's
a
very
problem.
much can be a close game, and it's the problem that Alan's going to have going into the playoffs. On paper, his team's very, very good, but Lamb's doing diddly squat, and does he care this year now? I guess as long as they
Yeah.
keep winning, you know, at 5-7, 5 games to go. If they win all 5, it's 10-7. So I guess he's got to be a little bit interested still. But the second they lose one more game, he'll lose all interest in that. Question of mark will become probably I'm done for the year. You know, he's got Hall. Hall's in exactly that same position as well, and not performing great. So
What I hate,
these are
what I
big.
hate about the Jets this year, though, is whenever they get down to the goal line, Rodgers throws burst. They didn't try and run it in.
No,
He just takes it off them, calls an audible, and throws it to his receivers. The
of
running
course he
backs
does.
never got a
It's
toe at the
Aaron,
goal line.
it's Aaron Rodgers. What do you expect? But
I
yeah,
know
I mean,
he's a prick, man.
it's Brees Hall's been a pro, and he's got if Allen's going to do anything in the playoffs, he's going to need Brees Hall and CD Lamb to show up. And if Brees Hall and CD Lamb don't show up, he's going to be one and done. It's that simple.
I know. Somebody should just knock out Rodgers and Hall will do well for the playoffs.
Well, I say he's going to be one and done. If I beat Doug, it would be me that's playing him, and I don't want to tempt that fate. So I hope Doug beats me.
Obviously, you got the hide and seek against it. The inform the boys are back in town, so they could be. Oh yeah, Ross must have a few players on a bye week this week. So yeah, so hide and seek up against Ross. Graham obviously needs to win to try and get in.
Well, that's the thing. It's a huge week for Graham, and do you know that way? 2 weeks ago, he'd have been looking at this game thinking, "Thank goodness I've got a bye in the last week." But now, not so much. I mean, Ross's team's turned that around. He started to play. He started to come on a bit, you know. But as you say, he's got problems there in that, you know. In fact, he's not even, has he? Has he got some?
No,
Sorry, let me just find his game here so I can see who's doing what.
he's got Flowers on a bye, Daniels on a bye.
He's got Nix on a bye. He's got Nix on a bye, Goodson on a
Oh,
bye. Who cares? Schultz on a bye. But he's got his kicker on a bye. He's got Marvin Andrews on a bye, both still in his team. And see, to be honest with you, I'm not sure I'd be wanting to drop either of those two. So he might
well, you
just,
could
I
probably
think
pick up.
he might run with the
You could
buys.
drop
Does
Gray
he
because
want?
Gray's done bugger all. So even Gray and Goodson, just drop them and pick somebody up. You never know what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
that's true. He could drop. He could drop those two. He could drop those two, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a much bigger game for Graham. Obviously, Graham's looking for to get the win and needing the win. You know, he's got to play. He's gutted. He's got to play Mahomes. I mean, how can you possibly be gutted that you've got to play Patrick Mahomes? But he's gutted. He's got to play Mahomes because Daniels is on his bye week. But you know, with Flowers on his bye week as well, this is literally the first week that Graham's team's picked itself.
Yeah, saves him a headache
So
anyway.
yeah, I can't see anything but a Graham win there, and then it's over to you, Johnny. That's the thing.
Yeah, like I say,
And Rob,
I'm still projected to lose, so we'll see what happens. But then we've got the Copen Bar the Jets against the Batman's Boobies, so this is a game of 4-9, a 5-8. So not much to play for. Maybe bragging rights heading into the thing, but obviously Racing got. He's not changed his team. He's got IR for McCaffrey, Johnson, Dewar, IR for McPherson, so and IR for
yeah.
Sanders and near enough IR for Hill. So yeah, his team's a bit fucked.
I mean, this is the ultimate who gives a shit game. You know, it's Mark doesn't give a shit, Ray doesn't give a shit, so no one gives a shit because nothing can happen in this game other than a wee bit of form heading into the playoffs. And yeah, as you say, one-upsmanship. That's what it's all about. This game, I'm afraid. These Copen Badley Jets and Batman's Boobies is all about week 15.
Yeah. Then we've got the Farts Flying Eagles hoping to get the number 1 seed. They're up against Joe, who's on a 2-game win streak. And this could be a close game. So,
well, this is Joe's problem with getting in first and foremost. He's got to play the 11-2 Fox Flying Eagles, you know. So when you must win, when if you losing you're out, that's not the team you want to be playing. But
he'll be hoping for a
he's
good
going to
start
need a good
tonight.
start tonight. I said it earlier, he's going to need Montgomery and St. Brown to go off tonight just to give him a sliver of a chance, you know. He's got Stroud on by, who he's been playing all year long, so he's had to plug in Gino, you know. I mean, he's playing Arizona, might do okay, you know.
It
Gino's
could be a
kind of one of
shootout,
these
that one.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's not going to win you a game, but he very rarely loses you one either. So, yeah, I mean, winner you're done, Joe. You know, winner it's consolations, and Graham will want to hold on to that number 1 spot. It looks like his team's already done. It looks absolutely fine. You know, he's got Chubb on the bench. Don't blame him this week with what he's got. He's playing White, he's playing Cook, he's playing Barkley. How can you have Cook and Barkley? Anyway, he's plugged in Thielen because old man Thielen's been getting the touches, you know. So yeah, unfortunately for Joe. And Joe's had his run, you know. He got his ring, as we say. He got his ring recently, so he's had his title. So time for a wee trip to the consolations, I'm afraid, Joe. But you know, anything can happen, and if he wins this game, he's still got a sniff of getting in. And the 8 seeds won it before.
Yep. Then obviously you've got Michael, our usual number 1 seed, sitting at 10-3, up against Sean at 5-8. So
Yes, I don't think either care about this one either. I mean, Michael's odd, you know, if you want to go for number 1 seed, but it's Gunners on that often. That yeah, I wouldn't blame him for not. You know, you don't want to win this, but Sean's just waiting on week 15 for the consolation starting, and I'm getting his shot at the number 1 pick once more. I don't think anyone's done that either, Johnny. I don't think anyone's ever had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row. So there's a wee bit of history for you to go and make, Sean. But yeah,
very true.
This is just wait for week 15.
He's got a not bad team as well. You know what I mean? It's not a bad team.
Yeah, his team's fine. His team's very good. It's you know he lost Evans to injury a little bit. He's you know Etienne's not done it for him. He threw the dice with Likely. You know these are the kind of you know Pickens didn't start the season well when he lost all his games. Ford's not really done a whole lot. These have been his problems, but I mean, Michael's team's loaded as well. He's just got so many options there that.
Well, I had Ford earlier on in the season, so I would Ford earlier on when he was doing stuff, but not anymore.
I would say I hope I'm not playing Michael in week 15, but the way his luck goes in the playoffs, I actually hope I am. But yeah, so that's us, Johnny. That's week 14. That's the games that are coming up. One more week.
We'll see how the players are looking at the moment then.
Starts.
So if it finished at the moment, I would be playing Farks. Great. The Raiders would be playing the Packers. And you've got Levy on against Doug. And the Factory of Sadness against Scheme Team.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
hide and seek against the boys are back in town. Batman's Boobies against the Eskimo Brothers. Varsity Blues against the Blue Team Patriots. And the Tartar Bears against the Golden Badley Jets. So
yeah, that's not one Graham. Graham would go back to back against Ross, which I don't know that. And if he's doing that, then he's doing it off a loss, you know, because if Graham wins, then he won't be. Oh no, he might still be, I guess, but and Ross would definitely be 8th if he loses. So yeah, it's they could be playing each other 2 weeks in a row, which would be massive.
Yeah, year 1, I beat Alan.
Yes,
so Alan was playing list. Then
Graham was 3rd.
When did Graham play? Was it year 3?
2015.
No, I believe Blue Team Patriots came second in 16. I came second to Sean.
You came second.
That was a sore one because I changed defense, but the defense I took out scored 30 points.
Yeah.
Not bitter. I wanted to dump defenses altogether. 2017, the Copen Badley Jets beat me. So that was 4 finals in 4 years and lost 2 of them, 1-2. Not done much since.
Michael got his best place 3rd there.
Then 2018, the Factory of Sadness to beat. There you go. 2018, the first line
Flying
Eagles.
Eagles. There you go. So that's when Graham got there.
2019, the year we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, Doug beat
Just
Graham.
forget about that one. Just write that.
Yeah, we can move on from that
Yeah.
one. Adversity Blues were third. I mean, we can really move on from that one. It was a daft season, right? I'm not saying that Doug isn't deserving of that title, right? He is, but it was a crazy season when Grote's finishing third. I'm sorry, but you do.
This one here, me and Sean scored mammoth scores in the semi-final. Then we both had shit scores in the final. The two semi-finals where they beat us. Well, that's just the way it goes. Like, I think he maybe had
That's it.
Kamara or
Listen,
something like that in the semi-finals. I'm dabbling like that.
you only need to beat the team that's in front of you that season.
Yeah. Then you had the Bluetooth
That week.
Patriots. So Bart's Line Eagles came second in 2021 as well. And then 2022 is the year that they shared it after the incident. Doug came third.
Yeah.
And then last year,
close title though. They
back
just
to their sadness, beat the
kept mixing
Tartan Bears.
it.
They were so close to getting the back-to-back.
Yeah, Tartan Bears nearly went back to back, and of course with Bluetown Patriots going 1-1, was probably going to lose it, but it was close enough that it was officially a half. The teams have went close, so Sean had been sweating over that because these are the things that Sean loves. Sean loves his history. He loves his. He wants to be the man that does it first. He really does.
You're
So
right. You're right,
he'll be
Martin.
after
It was
it
a
in the
sore one.
playoffs this year.
That would have been three in a row. But yeah, there you go. So Graham could basically go from 16th spot to first spot. Pretty sure that's not been done either, to be honest. But
Remember, Martin, it was 2015, and we still hear about it. It's nearly a decade old. But we'll be having a 10-year anniversary for it next year. Come along.
Well, I'll be in the sleeper next year, so it'll be all completely different. But yeah, that's us.
This time next week, Johnny, we will know who's playing who. We will know who's got what in the playoffs for the 2024 title, and I, for one, am a part of it this year. I am happy to be a part of it. I hope it doesn't go like it did last year when I came in as the number one seed and get absolutely royally thumped. I'm not coming in as number one seed this year, so I will hope that I actually do hope that I get that fifth seed because say Alan's team's looking a wee bit kind of the four that are top in the divisions. I would say that Alan's is the one that you want. Kirkwall Raiders are the one that you want over the other three. So I will take keeping the fifth spot. So we'll see how the week goes, Johnny, and we'll
just have a wee look at the Raiders. Where are they? So how did he get on? So so Alan's 3-0.
Oh yeah. So
Alan's 3-2 because he lost to the boys are back in town in the division.
Yeah, so he's 3-2.
What's the other one? Hide and seek.
I think Graham, hide and seek. So he's up a bit, Johnny, up a bit first. Let me see his top first.
He 1 and 2 to start.
Yeah, so he's 1 and 2 to start, and then he's
3-2.
So he's 3-2.
So if he wins,
he would go 4-2. Yeah, so it'll turn. So if Graham wins and Alan loses, then Graham gets the division.
Then you'll not want to be
fifth. That all of a sudden makes Alan's game even more important because he'll lose the division if he doesn't get it, and then if he loses the division, Johnny, then it throws the spanner in the works for the head-to-heads for the 7 wins. Because remember that then be Alan on 7 wins as well. He could yet miss out.
I'm not wanting to put my head in that one. It took harder to try to figure out between the three of us, not chucking Alan in the middle too, and Alan Perry if he loses. It's going to be a head turner.
We will find out next week, that's for sure. But good luck, everyone who's got something to play for. Enjoy the ones who don't, enjoy the games anyway. Johnny, best of luck, my friend. I hope you do it. I really do, because I don't want Graham anywhere near it. So, best of British to you in your tie against Alan. Sorry, Alan.
There you go. Craig does it sleep the weekend to set it possible playoff combinations.
In this league, definitely. It's there's always too many in the hunt. And you'll see that in Martin, you're in the show me the keeper league in Sleeper. So you will see that as you go and have a look there as well. I think there's 6-7s all over the shop and 7-6s, but over there it's points for, so you can work it out very, very quickly, very, very easily. But it always these 16-team leagues, it's always that tight at the playoff time. It's always kind of 7-7 tends to be holding 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, sometimes 11th too. So
well, I have messaged them to see about getting the head-to-head option. So hopefully one day that'll happen, because it's a complete nightmare trying to figure out who's getting through, but it is fun going division head-to-head. And then
definitely, yeah, I do like that. I definitely prefer it to
ready
just
for
take the
tonight's
ball.
game.
Yes,
We won't be sacking him, so you're okay.
Well, he won't be, because he'll be watching just the same as us. But yes,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, Johnny. It's a big one for us. It's not a big one. We're going to make the playoffs, and we're probably going to lose tonight. But you've got to fancy your chances a lot more with the Lions defense being so decimated. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the game. I do think it'll be a high scoring one. So overs on the points, I highly recommend. And
Yes, Martin, you're due to hammer me by about 40 points this week, so I'm pretty sure you're safe.
yeah, and
And the
Orkney Bowl,
keeper.
it's a nothing game, because I'm in. They can't catch me. They would need to. It would need to win and turn over 100 points on me. So yeah, I'm in. So it's a nothing game. You can have it. I'll wait to the playoffs before I spank you.
Cool. Well, we'll be back next Thursday at 9:30 to find out who's made the playoffs and who's not made the playoffs. Luckily, like I say, NFL.com will work it out. Maybe I'll have to get to see the scores next week as well. But I may have a backup and actually do that spreadsheet thing with the scores in it while I can get the scores. Well, we'll see you next week, and thank you for coming on, Craig, and good luck to everybody apart from... Well, it doesn't matter, actually. You can win and stay in. It's okay. We don't give a shit this week.
I care, but I don't, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
See you next week.
49ers. See you next week.